In reflecting on my own communication behaviors, I definitely rely predominantly on tribal means and electronic means, depending on who you are. Growing up in the 90s when I was younger, it was still normal to bike to a friend's house just to talk, but I feel like going over to a friend's house now, I would need a whole separate reason because going over just to talk would be kind of weird. We'd either be able to just do it over the phone or online while we're multitasking and doing other things at the same time. And so, definitely a lot of my communication now is via electronic mediums. Ever since AOL Instant Messenger came out and texting became a thing, I used to chat with dozens of people all at once. And now that I'm older, that's not really the case. I'll call or text you if I need something, otherwise, I can just talk to you when I see you. And even then, most of my tribal communication is done only because we're already in the same place at the same time. I do have some friends who I haven't seen or heard from in a while, and so for those friends, I'll make the effort to have dinner and catch up. I'd much rather prefer tribal medium for old friendships because that's how we started to begin with. With local family, all communication is done through face to face interactions, at least for the older generation. And distant family members, I communicate with them through electronic mediums, so that's Facebook, Instagram comments, even just email. But when it comes to tribal means, I feel like I lose out on time. In order to speak face to face, I have to take time to travel and have that conversation with them. However, I know I gain so much more. I like having that personal connection. I like seeing their face light up when I tell them good news. Just can't get that anywhere else. When it comes to the literate medium, I haven't really communicated that way, but I'd imagine you'd lose out on being able to hear the spoken word, but gain a special bond that only a select few members of a community share. When I was younger, I used to write letters to people, whether it's friends or classmates or whatever. But just like the tribal means, it took a while just to start communicating. And here in the print medium, it takes even longer because you have to wait for them to write back to you. However, the upside to print communication is having something tangible to keep, to hold on to and cherish for as long as I want. The electronic medium is the one that I willingly use most frequently. I do lose out on a personal connection, and so many messages can be misinterpreted, and some might not even be sent. But it's the way of the world right now, and I gotta keep up with the times. I gain instant transmission of messages. I receive information and feedback immediately. It's convenient, and I'm able to communicate with anyone, anywhere, anytime. It's important to understand these different mediums and communicate through them carefully depending on who I'm connecting with. This helps me gain a better understanding of my audience and even more so where my relationship stands with them.